Good morning. Welcome back, and thank you for being here. I Today we're gonna talk about how how the Creator feels about the current state of humanity. Which, um, you know, this is it's controversial, but it's mostly controversial because there's so many misconceptions around um, what's really going on. And so the creator wants to, clear up any misconceptions. So today, yeah, it's really cool. So, he's excited. There's a whole bunch of angelic beings. So the angelics, there's a first stream and a second stream. The first stream created matter. The second stream created experience. So, you know, we're in a we're in a very full place today. And energetically, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So I encourage you to feel as much as you're hearing with your ears, feel with your heart, and let your body just allow yourself to discover, nuances that your body feels as different beings come in, as the creator comes in and shares. you know this is really about you honing your skills and allowing yourself to become more open to feeling universal beings and universal awareness. Yes, but it's more important that you get really comfortable feeling your own energy, because this is the most important aspect of human existence right now. And we're on this path to resurrection, and what the creator is saying is, he's saying the path to resurrection can only unfold when humanity remembers who they are. And we don't remember with our minds. We remember with our hearts and our ability to feel. And that's what you want to be working with. That's what you want to be focused on. If you have one big goal in your life right now, it's it's to have the ability to resurrect your ability to feel you, to feel, you know, what feels right, what feels off, but also to feel universal awareness. Because ancient humans, the original humans that were created, okay, so yes, we're on the fifth iteration of human existence. Um, and, you know, through all of that, humans were originally created to have full awareness of who we are, but also full awareness of everything that is occurring in the universe at any given moment. You have that ability. You've just forgotten how to use it. And in order to, or how to access it really, and in order to restore it, it's not about, it's not about taking a course. It's not about going out and doing it. It's about remembering who you are. Because when you can remember, all of these things become natural. Your ability to communicate with universal beings. We all have it. All of us, every single human on the planet. You've just forgotten. How do you forget? You forget because you're constantly taught to second guess yourself. You're constantly encouraged to overlook little things, right? When someone says, "Oh, don't be so dramatic. Don't It's not such a big deal." If you're feeling it, it is a big deal. And it's time for you to have the courage to honor how you feel. And that's the secret. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to ensure humanity restores its ability to thrive, right? And I keep pointing this way because that's me energetically moving into the future. It's my right. So, um, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, where the creator is right now, right? He's excited. And that may seem crazy because we're in the middle of a world that looks like it's being torn down, and it's mayhem. right? I mean, there's every single day we're inundated with new truths that are coming out, whether they're about health and physical well-being, whether they're about things we've been told, whether they're about the leadership of the countries that we live in. There's new truths revealing themselves every day. And the creator is excited about that. Why? Because it's happening because humans are remembering who they are. That's why all this is happening. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us because we're choosing to participate. And he is so excited because never once did he not believe in you. And he said, that's the secret. That's what he's saying. If you want to resurrect your life, you in whatever capacity, whatever it is you're working towards right now, okay? The number one gift that you need to give yourself is believing in your ability to do it. You know, it's even when it's challenging, even when you share it with people you love and they come back with judgment, they come back with their fears, they come back with all of the things that make you second guess why you even wanted to do it in the first place. That's you being able to go, okay, I need to look at myself again, right? Is what they're saying true? Because sometimes, it is true. But 99% of the time, it's not true. It's their fears. And you're seeing the pattern of falling to their fears. So you change who you be, what you want, what is important to you as a result of other people's fears. And this is what needs to end. And it's not going to end overnight because we're going into this stage, right? So we've stepped out of breaking down the old and we're now building a new foundation. And that happened on August 8th. And you can go back through the old um, lives to get more information on that. But right now, where we are as a human race is we're building a new foundation. Okay. What does that mean? That means that we have to look at the foundation we already have, and we have to get rid of anything and everything that isn't stable, that isn't true, that isn't going to support you and your evolution for generations to come. Okay. Remember, humans originally, we didn't die of old age, right? This is not, again, this whole belief that, humans, as we get older, our bodies get sick and we die, or we have no mobility. Like all of these things, they're not how humans were created, right? Humans originally came and we stayed as long as we wanted to. You could stay for 50 years, you could stay for 500 years. It didn't matter. You stayed until your mission was complete. What is your mission? Your mission was whatever it is you wanted to explore about evolution, right? So reaching your potential, you would come in and you would have all the experiences you wanted. So ultimately, it would go back to in between lives and you would explore the universe because, again, not only in body and out of body, we always have this access to everything that's ever occurred in existence, right? We all have it. And so what you do is you go and you discover what it is you're curious about. And this is it's so simple. And when you discover your curiosity, you then research it. Okay? But you don't research it with your mind. You go, okay, universe, show me every being in existence who has ever experienced anything to do with love, with fear, with regret, with guilt, with shame, with whatever it is that you wanted to come in and explore in your life. And so you do that. And so here's the thing. When you're studying as a soul, it's very, very different than we've been taught how to study, right? With our minds, and you sit and you read pages and pages and pages, right? as a universal being, you instantly have awareness of the vibration of another being and their full experience. And so what happens is energetically you come together and you overlap just enough. So they're not coming inside of you. You don't go inside of them. That's all another myth. But what happens is the moment you become aware of another being and their experience and their awareness and their wisdom, you have full access to it. And you just retrieve. And energetically, if your intention is to retrieve information about a certain aspect of existence, then all of that information comes. But here's the thing, as a universal being, you don't put limits on what that looks like. So your brain isn't going, well, I only want this information as it pertains to love. And you know, I don't want the heartache stuff and I don't want this and I don't want that. Our brains don't do that when you're in the energy. You recognize that love came with the heartache, with the challenge, with the hardships, and you see all the different parts. And then you explore another being and another being and another being. And sometimes you can do 1,000 beings at once. Sometimes you can do 50,000. Sometimes you can do 1,000,000. It really doesn't matter because what happens, okay, energetically is when we have an experience, it's written into the energetic vibration of the universe itself. And so now it exists. It doesn't matter whether you stubbed your toe this morning or, you had a significant spiritual transformation and awakening experience. Doesn't matter. They're both valid. They're both extremely important. And, we've been taught in this world to feed the drama and to overlook a lot of things that are actually really important. And so, what you want to be doing is allowing yourself to recognize how you feel when you're receiving information, because this is the key. Sorry, I'm going to cough for a minute and I apologize. I don't know how to mute this on YouTube Live, so I apologize for that. So, anyways, so what happens is as a universal being that you are, you have access to everything you need. So I gave you the example of what happens in between lives, but it's exactly the same. It's how on the Authentic Human podcast, it's how I communicate with this person's soul and all the beings around them that have intended. So they've created an intention to support that human in their role here. And everyone's role right now is facilitating this resurrection of humanity. So, even people who look like they're asleep, no one's asleep. Everyone is playing their roles, whether they're, in um, whether they're in resistance to seeing more truth, whether they're seeing more truth and they're overwhelmed with that. It doesn't matter where we are. Okay? Everyone is playing their roles. And when you can allow yourself to really sit back and relax into that, then it's no longer a race for you. It's no longer a competition. It's no longer a frustration when you see somebody doing something that isn't aligning with your beliefs. And that's the whole point of humanity right now. This foundation that we are currently building has to be free and pure and free of judgment. It has to be pure. There is no room for judgment in this new foundation. And your willingness to break up with judgment in whatever way it comes into your world, whether it's, um, a lack of trust in other humans, whether it's a lack of faith in yourself, it's a fear of anything and everything, right? That's where judgment comes from. And when you can recognize your ability to not only resurrect your awarenesses and your, direct access to full universal awareness, because it's through universal awareness that you remember why humans were created, why you were created as a human soul, but then why you came into this life and what you're meant to be doing. Because I guarantee you, it is not what your physical life looks like right now. It's so much more. Yeah, it is breaking up with judgment. That's right, Angela. It's lovely. It's recognition that where we are as a human race is about restoring our ability to see truth. And we can't do that if we're trying to facilitate it through judgment. And a lot of us carry it even when we don't know, even when we're not aware we're carrying judgment. And so this is your mission this week, is to look for judgment. Look for the all of the times and the places and the experiences where it's coming at you. Okay? Look at how it makes you feel. That's the most important part, because how it makes you feel tells you the energy the other person is using and creating, and that's the energy they're using to set their new foundation. And it will give you wisdom and awareness to the foundation and the intention that you want for your new foundation. So you don't want to set an intention that says, I want my foundation to be free of judgment. Okay? You want to set an intention that says, my foundation is pure. I'm in the vibration of respect. If you know, if you want more clarity, there's 9 fundamental energies that are inside every human that we were created with. It's in it's in my book, Believe. And it's awesome because it tells you who you are. When they shared these with me, I it changed my life. It changed everything about how I see myself and how I see other people. It allowed judgment to no longer exist. It was like an instantaneous experience. And it doesn't mean that the people around you aren't going to perceive your awarenesses as judgment. What it means is you're learning how to clean up how you communicate so that judgment isn't there, right? And remember, number one is your communication with yourself. And that's again what the creator was saying at the beginning of this live, is your belief in yourself is paramount to your success. And if you're judging yourself at all, at any time, about anything, you're not evolving. You're not building a solid foundation. You're building a foundation that says, I judge myself, and anyone who wants to judge me can come and play here. I don't think that's the life you want, because it's not the life I want. I can't see anybody wanting that life. So your job is to notice where you've brought it along up until today, up until this exact moment. Notice all the places. And again, don't judge yourself when you notice it. That's the whole point. You're going to become a master immediately. It doesn't take years and years to master universal awareness. Why? Because you're a universal being. You know how to do this instinctively. But it's all of our mental beliefs that block us from evolving right away. That's it. That's all it is. When I have a universal awareness and I step into it, I am a different person. And I have them every day. And I'm no longer the person I was yesterday. Period. I can't be. Because once you see an aspect of conscious existence, you can never unknow it. Period. And that's how quick your transformation is meant to be. It doesn't need to be long and drawn out and you're still working towards it. I'm working towards becoming a fully conscious being. And every day it's different. That's my big goal. I want to fully participate in the intention that my soul set for me in this life. That's it. That's my goal. And every day I want to be a better human. but not a better human than other humans. And it's not even a better human than it's how do I explain it? It's not so much that it's a competition with myself from yesterday. It's a knowing that when you learn more, your integrity comes up. Your belief in yourself, that's how it gets strengthened, is because you feel directly from the universe. And that's what you want to be doing right now. This is why the creator has never ever once not believed in humanity overcoming this trauma and the manipulation and the control that we've endured. Okay? Because he knows who we were created to be. He knows all of the gifts that are inside of us because he gave them to us. That's why it's so important. And again, they're in this book if you want more information on it. The fascinating and most interesting part of this entire universal and human awakening is that you are so much more powerful than you know. And it's funny because most of us are like, "Oh, I'm so much more powerful than I give myself credit for." You're more powerful than you know, and your mission should be to retrieve that power, right? Be able to reclaim it and use it as it was meant to be used. How do you do that? By willingly participating in uncovering truth. Number one is letting go of judgment because there is no room for truth with judgment. They just don't work. It's like oil and water, they do not mix. It's either one or the other. Okay. And purity is such an important aspect of, your well-being, right? It's one of the nine fundamentals that are nine fundamental energies that you were created with, right? Truth, purity, joy, compassion, respect, movement, balance, illumination. These are the foundation of who you were created to be. And right now, you're being given every opportunity possible to see where those things are not in your life. So instead of being overwhelmed and frustrated with the person who's showing you, allow yourself to be grateful. Allow yourself to recognize that the universe is actually working with you to help you see more truth, to help you see that you are more powerful and that it's time to reclaim that power. But you can't reclaim it through judgment. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today and the creator. And it's really and truly about remembering how to believe in yourself. Okay. Thank you. And let me know your questions. Let me know anything you have as far as comments, questions in below, and we can talk about some of the things next week. Who knows what the creator wants to share with us next week. But I thank you so much for coming out, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.